This is TechCrunch.
Netflix is launching a new feature that will allow users to interact with live content through voting. The streaming company said the option will be available with the premiere of its live stream talent show Star Search beginning today. Subscribers will be able to either pick a selection from a multiple choice menu or rate someone's performance on a scale of 5 stars. Votes can be cast using either a TV remote or the Netflix app. Netflix said that the feature will work globally, and on the back end, the platform will tally votes in real time. Viewers will have a limited time to vote, and once that time has lapsed, additional votes won't count. That means if you're watching the show later, you can't participate in the voting. The streamer started testing live voting in August 2025 with Dinner Time Live with David Chang. During TechCrunch Disrupt 2025, the company's CTO, Elizabeth Stone, confirmed that the company would soon launch the feature widely, saying, "If you're sitting at home watching Star Search on your TV, you'll be able to either on the TV or your mobile phone actually put in a vote that advances or doesn't advance some of the contestants on the show." So it's just a very early starting example of the ways that we think content can be more interactive over time, across devices, between TV and mobile, and where a member who subscribes to Netflix can actually feel like they're part of the story, influence the storyline, and feel immersed in that. Netflix has heavily leaned into live content with shows like Everybody's Live with John Mulaney and Dinner Time Live with David Chang, along with sports broadcasts, including the NFL Christmas special and WWE shows. In October, the company launched interactive games that people can play on their smart TVs. Netflix is now merging both these threads into one by launching live voting. SpaceX didn't properly inspect a hydraulic crane that had recently been repaired before it collapsed at the company's Starbase, Texas facility last June. That's according to the Occupational Safety and Health Administration. As a result, the Federal Safety Agency has hit SpaceX with 7 serious violations related to its investigation, which it opened one day after the crane collapse. OSHA issued the maximum financial penalty it can levy on 6 of those serious violations, giving Elon Musk's spaceflight company a combined fine of more than $115,000. OSHA's probe is still open according to the agency's website. It's still unclear whether any workers were harmed in the accident. SpaceX is able to contest the penalties. The company did not immediately respond to a request for comment. The penalty and violations come as SpaceX is set to ramp up activity at the Starbase facility, partly fueled by a race to fulfill President Donald Trump's goal of returning astronauts to the moon by the end of his second term. The company has clearance from the Federal Aviation Administration to perform as many as 25 Starship launches in Texas this year. At the same time, it is undergoing rapid expansion of the launch complex to meet Musk's grand ambitions of building thousands of Starship rockets per year. SpaceX has had a long history of injuries at the South Texas launch complex. A 2023 Reuters report uncovered dozens of previously unreported injuries and one employee death that happened as the facility was built up across the last decade. A TechCrunch analysis of OSHA data last year showed SpaceX has a much higher injury rate at the Starbase site than at other facilities run by the company or those of its industry peers. Accidents keep happening too. In December, an employee of a SpaceX subcontractor filed a lawsuit against SpaceX after he was allegedly crushed by a large metal support dropped from a crane. As TechCrunch first reported, OSHA is also investigating that accident. The crane collapse at the center of the new OSHA penalty happened on June 24th last year. SpaceX employees at a Starbase test site were cleaning up debris from a Starship explosion just 4 days prior. Footage captured by LabPadre, which posts live streams of the Starbase site, showed a crane buckling under the weight of a large piece of the exploded Starship. According to the new citations posted to OSHA's website, one employee was using a crane to lift the debris, while another used an excavator's bucket to inspect it, in hopes of determining the cause of the explosion. That crane had recently been repaired, according to the citations, and returned to SpaceX without the employer ensuring repairs met manufacturer's criteria via an inspection by a qualified person. It is not clear why the crane was repaired, but another citation states a crane at the test site had a computer that would not start until multiple attempts were made. OSHA claims SpaceX was either not performing or not documenting monthly inspections on the Grove crane, and that it hadn't been inspected within the last 12 months. Also, SpaceX did not perform monthly inspections of the wire rope being used to move debris either, and OSHA claims rigging equipment used at the site was missing manufacturer-prescribed markings that are supposed to detail a safe working load. As part of its investigation, OSHA also found that an employee had been operating a 90-ton crawler crane to move debris at the test site with an expired certification from the National Commission for the Certification of Crane Operators. That's it from TechCrunch. For more tech stories like these, go to TechCrunch.com.